Okay. Hey, boys and girls. It is Thursday, and we have we've done color lab. Um, we have made a observation sort. I hope that you have put your 4 scientific observations into Kintem and sent those to me. We've checked acrostics. So you've got 2 grades for acrostics. You'll have a grade for your observation sort. And now we are going to talk about asking a testable question. So I'm sure you've always heard there's never a bad question. Well, in science, there are bad questions. So we're going to talk today when we're asking questions in science to test. They have to be testable. There has to be some way that we can measure them, whether that's in time, whether that's in distance, whether that is in like centimeters in growth. There's got to be some way that we can test it so that it's scientific. So I have attached a paper that has a big question mark on it. Looks like this. And the title of it is Asking Testable Questions Cut Out. So I need you to do just that. And I need you to cut it out. And I need you to glue it on your next page in your notebook, which my next page is page 4. I had my observation sort on page 3. This is going to be on page 4, and I will be able to record it in my table of contents on page 4. And I even cut out part of the words asking testable questions so that I know what the title of my page is. Okay, so there, asking testable questions. So, a testable question, what is it? This is what we're gonna write in this little part right here. It is a specific, I'm gonna show this to you, a specific question where one variable, now a variable is something in your experiment that you're using, whether that be a plant, whether that be a paper airplane, whether that be like different types of chewing gum. I had a student one time, I thought this was a fabulous science experiment. It's nowadays with digital and with iHeartRadio and everything, it doesn't matter, but she did like which radio station signals would go the furthest distance. So her and her father, they got in cars and they drove distances to see which radio station would pick up the furthest distance. So her variables were the different radio stations. That's what she was experimenting with. So a testable question is a specific question where one variable is changed and results can be observed or measured. Results can be observed or measured. So, hang on, that's a period. Let me put that up there for you. So, what it says is a specific question where one variable is changed. So for example, if you're trying to figure out which bubble gum blows the biggest bubbles, your variable that you're changing are the different types of bubble gum. Double bubble, hubba bubba, juicy fruit, any of those, okay? So a specific question where one variable is changed and its results can be observed or measured. So you'd have to measure your the bubble that you blew. You could measure that. My friend measured the distance with the different radio stations. The different radio stations, she was changing those. If you had plants, which space in your house will plants grow the best in? You're going to change the spots: kitchen window, bathroom window, living room window, bedroom window. And then you're going to measure your height of your plants. So that would be a testable question. Which spot is the best place in my house for plants to grow? Okay, and then they've given you examples on here. One example is, how does temperature affect the growth of mold on bread? Okay, you would measure that with the temperature, different temperatures, cold temperatures, hot temperatures. You'd have specific temperatures. And a non-example would be, what will keep bread from growing mold? That's not specific enough. That's just very general, okay? So good questions down here on the bottom can be observed or measured, are very specific, and can be tested in an investigation. There's some way you have to have, remember that word quantitative? It's dealing in numbers. When you have numbers, if math is involved, you can prove it and nobody can argue with you. So they have to be able to be measured, okay? So now you all get to do a little practice. I've also uploaded this page that has different questions. And you're gonna have to look at these questions on this page and tell me why these questions are questions to avoid. These are not scientific questions, okay? So I have put on Kidam a spot for you to go and give me the reason why this one is not a good question. Which tastes better, Coke or Pepsi? Well, I'll tell you right now, I like Coke better. I don't know what it is about Pepsi, but I like Coke better. Now, some of you out there may like Pepsi, and we could sit and argue about it all day long, but you're not gonna change my mind. I like Coke, you like Pepsi. Who's right, who's wrong? Neither one of us. But it's not scientific, because that happens to be what I tell you does not belong in science. That is your, did you read my lips? That is your opinion. We can't have opinions in science. You can have opinions at home, you can have opinions with your friends, but you cannot have opinions in science. So for that, the reason this is not a good question is because this is an opinion. And so that's what you would type into Kidam and send to me. And then I'm gonna also ask you to come up with 3 testable questions, and I will send comments back to you if you're on the right track or not. Now, don't expect to be perfect at this, because this takes practice of getting into testable questions. We've got to train our brains to think science, and it doesn't happen overnight, but it will happen. Okay? Have fun, go question, and go do some testable science questions. And I will talk to you guys later with any questions and comments you got for me. Okay? Bye.